everyone, I know you're all very angry that we haven't really got into this, but we've been trying, okay? These next 2 episodes are very, very long. I've been trained to have to go to them because I get home from work late at night, guys.
That Pat.
So, yada yada, help support us. I'm saying it like this because I know most of you don't like to hear that. But if you really do want to help us, you know all the things you can do and the things down below that show that you can help us. But either way, besides that point, yeah, we also have a Twitch channel where you can see where I'm doing on gaming and whatnot. Anyway, we're going to head into this and see what the hell is going on with Big D and Kitten again. Because Big D trusts Kitten a lot more than he does everyone else, it seems.
That's because Kitten's eager to know and and takes Big D's word as gospel.
Also because he seems to know when to understand instead of just rushing in to learn.
Yes.
Because sometimes there are things better left not knowing. This is a truth definitely of this world and that one.
You can't handle the truth, Woofy.
You don't want the truth. Crash course on fail addiction. Wait, what? Ghoul hunting.
Yeah.
Hello, Kitten.
Family, I am returned.
I am returned.
Sadi. Welcome home.
This
Status report.
is
Dodo
cut.
Bird is playing.
This is
We
cut.
can eat it again!
Oh my god, people want to bring back the dodo bird. Anyway, what I was going to say is, these, I forgot to mention this the last time we watched one like this. These sections are cut like we're seeing a visual novel.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I just got some scones out of the oven here.
Scones.
Bread.
I was just about to get
I've
them
eaten
while
a
they
few
sit.
scones before.
As for the
not
others,
a couple. I prefer biscotti.
Doors out in the thicket, testing those big
Understandable.
guns.
Thicket.
Marcus is in an Everclear
Like
coma, and Boy is upstairs.
Preparing for a hunt or passed out in stupor.
Understandable for either.
Examples of my powerful tutorship.
Marcus is sleeping on the floor and,
Oh.
reflexively
does
punches
that.
me when I try to lift him up.
That's my son.
Or he'll put me in a sleeper hold.
So protective.
That's pretty impressive given Marcus is still extraordinarily fucked up right now.
He sleep power bombed him. How?
His legs are broken.
Yeah, how? He loves his son though.
Living with you lot is like if wrestling was real.
Yeah?
Yes, wrestling. It is definitely not real.
What?
Don't look into it. I have something for you
What?
to buy.
For me?
What?
Yes.
For real? No, none of that can be real. Oh,
No.
the blender.
No, Hornbuckle is not real.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness gracious, thank you.
Biblically accurate blender, MacWolf.
Oh my god.
Oh, this one looks complex.
Interesting.
This must have been a fortune. Where'd you steal it?
Steal?
Steal?
Come now. I bought it
That's a first.
at the 99p store.
What?
Yeah!
Yeah.
It doesn't
It doesn't
feel
sell.
99p.
They don't call me the Duke of Discounts for nothing.
They
You
they
told me they
don't.
called you that in prison.
What?
And many cigarettes had to be skulls broken into my...
I want to know who managed to successfully arrest Big D.
I also know what the hell he did in prison.
Something involving...
Oh my god. This is starting off interesting, everyone. What the hell have you brought before my eyes?
I just saw how long this episode is. We might not have time to pause and discuss.
For hours.
Oh, we will discuss somewhat, but we won't have to.
at least bad people?
Oh,
Most of them.
what?
Right, won't pry anymore, but this blender!
Yeah, blender.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll still
What
discuss,
do these
but
buttons
I'll
do?
make it a bit
There are
shorter.
like 15 of them.
Wow.
Wait,
They don't have any markers on them. They're
yeah,
all just
what do they do?
blank?
I am sure they blend things.
Wait.
Yeah,
why do
this is a
blades
strange
keep, like
wonder.
a biblically accurate oath in them.
Oh.
clue, but it sure gives new meaning to the term
He has a
cutting edge.
magical
Actually, the
blender
entire
now.
blender looks kind of low resolution. Okay,
What?
sorry, that makes no sense. I mean, it's an
What does
object,
that mean?
but it just looking at it, it
It
looks
means
kind
Big
of
D walked out with a Fey
blurry
artifact.
and undefined
Either that or some
somehow.
kind of
Complaining
eldritch
about the
being
blender, I
shaped
left
like a
it to nightmare
blender.
to procure.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to complain. I just
You
think
did
it's
not leap into a
Wait,
nightmare
pit?
pit. You tripped
Yes.
into a nightmare pit.
True.
in the 99p shop.
Yes.
Yes.
I suppose you get what you pay for.
Yes. The
Such strange
fucking-
object.
What?
What?
What's up all day, breakfast in?
Yes, the fruits of humanity, son-in-law.
Wiggles.
A
What?
multiverse of purees, now in the palm of your hand.
he high again?
I cannot wait
Maybe.
to see
He
what
did just
glorious
throw up.
omelet you might cook in this.
Can't wait. We'll get to blending when we, get back from the chapter house. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of, Dawes restored the wall, filled the trap hole, mined
That's
the
impressive. It's
field.
kinda like a day.
Ever the
He
troubleshooter
remined the
at door?
field.
The way things are
should
going,
remind the
everything will be
field.
patched up in time for the chapter house trip.
How'd they get the
Can't wait to
mines
leave our
back?
HQ for a bit, even if it's for
We just had more mines.
Oh,
Oh my god.
eager to get back in the field?
More the opposite. Being chased through my house by a bloodthirsty beast has had me a bit on edge.
Understandable.
Being here where it
Yeah,
occurred
no,
is kind of
I'd always have that fear that Piotr was there, even though I watched him die.
anxiety-inducing.
Yeah. Very anxiety-inducing.
Yes.
Anxiety.
I forgot your
Can you
list.
ever truly be sure that he's not?
Acclimated to the lifestyle.
I mean, I feel like
Possible
everyone
to
is,
acclimate to almost
except for
being
him.
killed in your own home.
It's a gradual process.
What?
That's disconcerting.
Yes, it
Don't
is.
worry. You'll find that sleeping in the blood of your enemies is fantastic
Do not sleep in the
for your
vitae.
mental health.
Those
No, it's not. I don't think it is. I hope it's not. Dear God, what? I don't know how to describe that because I don't think you should sleep in the blood of your enemies. Big D's insane even more now. Anyway,
bloodstains in the
continue.
cellar have actually had me tossing and turning quite a bit.
Oh, understandable.
The life of a hunter has little comfort to offer, I fear. But
Wonderful.
I give you my word. So long as we are under this roof, I will do all in my power to protect you.
Aw,
That's
that's sweet.
assuring, City. Thank you. Since the bobbies didn't do any cleaning,
The bobbies.
maybe you could help me rinse those stains
Bobbies.
out?
Pressure washer time!
Oh, pressure washer.
Thinking mop?
I would
This is
absolutely
wicked
love
vitae we're
pressure
talking
washer
about.
on a
And the pressure
simulator.
washer's already loaded
But it's
with
Kitten's
holy
house.
water.
How did he load it
Let's
with
head
holy
for the
water?
Why is it in the woodshed?
To hide it from the
What?
cops.
Oh my god.
Why?
I won't have the Norfolk police adulterate my Sophian holy water with their post-Nicene
Can you just throw holy water and burn a
Mind is
vampire?
limited in what it can figure. Actually, speaking
guess.
of bobbies, before
I
you
personally
collapse
loaded
on
with
the
squirt
carpet,
gun for good measure.
Marcus mentioned something.
One of those good
Do
motorized
you-
ones.
Have contacts within the local police force or something.
Oh,
Ooh, better
we
yet,
went with the
woofy, woofy,
Chapman
woofy.
guy,
What?
Holy water paintball gun.
Oh.
Mix in some garlic too.
Why not just do that with a water gun? It's simpler.
Better track of your ammunition. Presumably longer distance covered.
I mean, but it's simpler. You don't have to go looking and specially make these paintballs that shoot out specifically holy water. And I'm sure there's a lot of long-distance water guns. They make all kinds of water guns nowadays.
I guess? He met an officer who claimed to be working
Oh,
with
yeah,
you.
you messed with them.
Same
Googling
who
it.
was at the well station. Another hunter, it seemed.
Yes, he's the officer who interrogated us.
Here's one, but it's only a
Oh,
single shot.
finally throws himself.
A new friend of mine. He's been covering things up for us. It's probably why we ought to return to the house so soon.
Oh, he got them their
Goodness.
stuff back.
That's great, actually.
It is. So if you see him around, be only marginally worried. He's an ally.
I never thought you'd make friends with a copper.
And I never
What'd you say?
Looks like some of the best water guns on the market are like 50 feet.
That's still pretty good range.
Okay,
Wait, you're looking this up specifically. Why are you looking this up?
Paintball guns tend to average between 200 and 300 feet.
You're doing this just to try and defeat my argument about a water...
I'm genuinely curious, which is the better anti-vampire weapon?
You know what? Down in the comments, tell me. Would you add that in your hunting, Hunter the Reckoning game, or Hunting the Hunting game, or whatever version you're using? Or you use a gun, or you just load something with water? Which one would you do?
How good holy water is in World of Darkness.
Well, I mean, if it works, it works. If I knew vampires existed, I'd keep holy water on me at all times. Just in case they try to touch me and I splash it in their faces. Like pepper spray.
Right, good. Might be something worth mentioning to Boy.
Yeah.
He is, a bit paranoid as of late.
Understandable.
Smell that. Smells consecrated.
Oh.
Yes, and
Did they get a priest to consecrate their pressure washer?
I'm a tad worried.
You think
he
Dee
hasn't
wouldn't?
slept soundly since the
you got a
Pure
point
Tour
there.
thing, and
I just don't know what
especially
priest
for an
would.
11-year-old, that's quite bad.
Yes, the 11-year-old mind does need
What
its
is in the
3
know?
hours of daily rest.
3
Don't
hours?
worry.
As of late, he's been madly rambling about horse.
I'm
Oh.
sure it's fine.
I am aware.
Oh, that.
I think his lack of sleep mixed with the absinthe he's been chugging to and fro has led him to believe that
Oh.
horse is a vampire or a demon or something.
That rapscallion.
We're not
I
sure
remember
what
sneaking
horse
into
is.
my grandfather's wine
I think
stand.
he's a fae.
I mean,
Whatever he is,
it
he
is
clearly considers
quite
Big D to
normal
be his
for
father.
a newly awakened
And
hunter
considers
to
them all
experience
family.
delusional nadirs.
Yes.
The boy was better primed than most. He is only an 11-year-old man.
An
His
11-year-old
world
man.
collapsed in on itself.
An 11-year-old man,
It
Wolfie.
will take time for him to find himself in this new paradigm, but that does not mean we cannot help him find his way.
Really?
Oh yeah?
How?
How?
Moratorium time.
What?
No more drinking.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
Psychedelics and cigars only.
What?
I'm
No!
That's not much
No!
better.
But it is better.
No!
Arguably?
I've never lost an argument in my life. Checkmate.
Oh,
Let's go. Pressure water. Get.
My God, it sounds like you.
Okay.
what do you mean, what sounds like me?
My noggin's pounding.
I've never left an
Oh,
argument in
but
my
the
life. Checkmate.
pounding has yet to begin.
No, that's not how I work.
We haven't even broken into the Arcanum yet.
Do we have to break
It's
in?
just you have a...
Can't we
Listen,
just
it's not my fault that you have a very, very high ratio of losing our arguments.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. I know, and I forgive you. Anyway.
Finally stop sleeping on the couch.
Anyway, what I was going to say onto that is, no, I don't really like getting in arguments, honestly. I just like discussing things. And I honestly...
Understood. Do not hire you as a lawyer.
I mean, I do know some lawyers. But other than that, yeah, probably, I haven't passed the bar, so yeah, don't hire me as a lawyer. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm not
Cool.
seeing anything about holy
Send
water in
a
the actual
letter.
World of Darkness.
That's strange.
We would sooner be subject to
Maybe it's there if I look
fire
deeper,
than
but
be
I'm
let
doing
in
a
again.
skim.
Ronald Blacklaw, yeah,
seeing
yeah,
true
ancestral
faith,
blood
but
feud and all that.
that requires
the
holy
Chancellor would
symbols.
surely listen.
Would he though?
If he heard there was an imposter in the chapter house, yeah, I think he'd let us in.
We will still need to get through Remold.
He's got a
Breaking
point.
is our best bet. Even if he were to accost us before we can get to Arkham, he will have to face us in hand-to-hand
He matches
combat.
you in hand-to-hand
I'm
combat.
just gonna lug around my spear the
does.
whole time, I think.
Yes, that would be funny and good.
Funny and
Especially given
good.
the presence of that Black Law hooligan. Oh, and that ghoul
Rock with
Kevin
fold
told
Kitten.
me about.
Goodness.
What'd you say?
Brock would 100% fold Kitten in a fight.
Maybe. I mean, he was kind of matching with Marcus over there because they were both choking each other out like idiots.
Yeah, but Brock was winning. And also, he shrugged off a punch from D that D outright stated would have folded Remold.
Yeah. It shows that he has more potential as a hunter, but he says he's not accelerating to it.
Honestly, my interpretation of Brock, he gets so angry, he just starts shrugging off damage.
I mean, there are people like that.
Because, like, remember, he got so angry, he sobered up.
Yeah, that was still insane. Anyway, moving forward.
The prospect of one of our own being a traitor is
Disheartening.
frightening.
It certainly is.
Yeah,
But
definitely
without our
frightening.
skills, that ghoul might jeopardize all the hunters in Norfolk.
Yeah, so they have to
What about
do
those cellar
something.
keys, by the way?
Sure, yeah, just to...
Also, I can't believe they're moving around the house while doing this.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Unlocks brain-deading amount of locks.
Open!
Yeah.
I love locks, conceptually anyway.
Conceptually.
Watch the second stairwell. There's still something horrifyingly slippery down there.
Wait,
What?
What?
hear that?
Tapping. Something large.
Bloody hell, we got rats again? Oh, that's one large rat.
Oh.
Oh no, gotta hide all me old scones.
Caution, dear lad.
Caution?
You do remember what we talked about?
Oh
right?
yeah, that some
About
vampires can
vampires and their
control
helpers, not bound by the night.
rats.
Our corners and our walls might be subject to their rule.
Oh, he's freaking out.
Dear lad, this could be a ghoul.
A
What?
ghoul rat?
I mean, really? Are you serious?
I do not delegate poetic whims to mere jest, son-in-law. This is now a hunt.
Oh
Goodness
boy.
gracious.
We can't possibly locate it like this. We'll scrounge forth the tools necessary to destroy
Oh dear, this is going to be
this noxious
terrible.
beast.
Oh, we have to kill it?
Come, we must get the ear trumpet.
Yeah.
Trumpet?
Ear trumpet?
For listening
ear
through
trumpet.
the walls.
Of course.
Oh.
Quickly and quietly.
I
It
assume
should
it's going to be like
in the random
a
shit
big-ass
vault.
cartoonish hearing
The
aid.
old still
Probably.
storage.
That's the spice. Tactical retreat.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Sweet Goofy.
No tactical retreat.
So,
Sir,
they
we
modeled
only
all
briefly
this.
talked on ghouls
Yes,
in the
they did.
past.
This is
Of
insane.
course. Delicious.
This is all a 3D model,
Can we
it looks
talk a
like.
bit more in depth on them as a quarry?
What I don't think they've used again.
Would you put it like that?
Yeah,
How
that's
could
insane.
I not? I'd actually been meaning
Since,
to,
well, maybe they will in the future, but at the moment,
I
we
have
are in the
something
chapter
secret and
house.
highly sensitive to divulge to you and only you.
Yeah,
Certainly.
they might use again, but I'm
Ear
not sure.
trumpet should be with the ear muffs and the ear vacuum
And
and
the air vacuum.
Brother
Ear
Nolan.
jar?
Oh, not the ear jar.
Whilst we look, let us get some
Oh,
ghoulish
yes, the ear
gossip
jar.
going.
No.
Right. Would you mind if I wrote stuff down?
That is certainly a better use of your time. Leave the trumpet sleuthing to me.
What?
So, I'm just going through my old notes on ghouls here. Blank body serfs. Mortals grown addicted to blank body ichor.
Yes.
They serve their
Also,
masters with
thanks to our wonderful people in the comments, they told me what a blank body means.
Oh, thank you. Can you explain to me?
Basically, it's because they have no heartbeat or pulse. It's basically kind of an insult, but also describing them. It's blank body. You know, since their body is a blank. There's no heartbeat or pulse or anything.
Well, it is just slang for a vampire.
Basically, yes.
passion devotion. They carry a quote whisper
surprised you
of a
didn't
blank's
read the
abilities, quote smatterings of blank body magic.
I've been having a rough couple days.
They
Goofy.
can act as
I
spies,
understand.
reporting
I hope
breaches
they
in the
get
code
better.
of silence that blank body and societies impose. That's all I've got.
Canny summation of the ghoul vessel, if I do say so myself. But like the bog, your brain yearns for more to haplessly sink into its depths.
Yeah, kinda.
For sure, sink away. You could liken me to the Norfolk Broads.
Whoa, wasn't
Oh.
expecting such vulgar humor out of you, son-in-law.
Damn.
Oh, no, I meant, you know, I like Norfolk's wet, the wetlands.
Oh.
Your dig grows ever deeper, ever more moist.
Oh my
Get out,
god.
quickly,
Don't say
quickly,
that.
sink.
All right, what I'm trying to say is, I've been in it for a bit now, and I do try to follow your example with practical learning,
Okay.
but I love theory.
He likes
You
theory
do.
crafting.
I cannot get away from the fact that I love theory.
True.
So I just want to pick your brain a bit. It might help us with spying some clues that can help us spot the ghoul easier.
Understandable.
Your wisdom is vast. Allow me to rip my brain forth and present it to you, warts and all. You have officially entered Ghoul School, dear
Cool
student.
school.
And your first
I remember that
lesson...
movie.
Yeah, I
well,
liked it.
I'll
Shout
let you
out to the
plan your
fact
own
that
curriculum.
Shaggy just fucking has Dracula, Frankenstein, and a mummy on speed dial.
Yeah, pretty much. He knows he knows them, considering he taught their daughters something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what exactly he taught them, but he taught them something.
He does not fear the monsters, he fears the people who would disguise themselves as such.
Yeah, because those people are crazy.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So we avoid another
We're
letting
gonna
the
need to,
vampires drink each
bounce
other
the
for power
can in like a
scenario.
minute or two.
We're gonna need to what now?
I need to use the can. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright, well, on to that note. How are you all enjoying us so far? I hope you're having fun. But yeah, I need to go back a little bit. It'll be fine.
Rip my brain forth and present it
Yeah.
to you, warts and all. You have officially entered
Ghoul
Ghoul
School.
School, dear student.
Yes.
And your first lesson? I'll let you plan your own curriculum.
Oh.
So we avoid another letting the vampires drink each other for power scenario.
Oh dear God.
Marcus would love to do that too.
We'll
No, what?
talk about that.
Yeah, he doesn't really trust Marcus on all of this. That is very much clear. Specifically Marcus, because he looks too deep into things. Very much like Magnus the Red, of obvious reasons why, it's problems. But anywho, on to that number of things. What else should I say to that? Besides how crazy it is. But then again, I wouldn't trust Marcus with any of this information either, so that's me. You know, my thoughts on the matter. But, yeah. Actually, I do want to ask this question. If you guys down below could tell us, is holy water really super effective against, vampires? Or is it not actually that much of a thing in, World of Darkness? Because I feel like it's something might be forgotten about. I don't know if it is, mind you, but, you know. I just thought I might ask. Anywho, he's taking his time, isn't he? On to another note of me speaking. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And I do hope that you guys like some of the stuff we do here. So, onto that note. What else should I say about this? He went to a restroom at a very strange time for me because I don't have that much to talk about other than what we've seen so far, which, yeah. We'll eventually get through the entire series of Hunter the Parenting. Now, I want to ask one more question because I keep forgetting about these questions. Do you guys want us to watch that Magi series also? I mean, I wouldn't be against it, it's just it's another hour-long series is the only real problem here. And while I might have the forethought to do that, I'm not sure if Matt would be able to. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't have the time I wish I did to react to all this stuff for you guys. Or hell, it would be coming out a lot sooner. Should I plug my Patreon again? I probably shouldn't. You guys have heard enough about that, haven't you? But yeah. Other than that, on to that point. He's taking a while. I don't think he can actually hear me. Unless he messages me now. Which he probably won't. Other than that, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. This is just me ASMR. Should I do ASMR? I do know like a few girls and guys that actually want me to do ASMR. They say they fall asleep to my voice. Which, okay, that's nice. I'm not sure how to take that, but that's nice. What should I say about that? Well, other than what I've said so far, I hope you're all having a wonderful time here, for what it's worth. I've said that too much, haven't I? I keep rolling back to that. People didn't come to us to me, they came to us to react. They're probably skipping over this part. Probably. If you're not, thank you very much. If you are, that's alright. I can kind of understand some people aren't that into, well, all this stuff that we do here. But other than that, I kind of wish he didn't just go to the restroom right when we're doing this. But then again, it's not like something that we can all control. But God, I wish we could. I'm feeling a lot of dead air here because he's not here. Otherwise, I would move the guests forward.
Ooh, I found my old humor extractor.
What the hell is a humor extractor? Oh, he's extracting the humorous bone. Oh, that's kind of horrifying. Why does he have that? I'm, worried. Definitely so. Anyway. Other than what I've learned. Why did he have to go now? Could just wait a bit.
Right,
You
great.
know what? I'm stepping forward.
So then, I have a first subject, just laying out the basics.
Topic 1. How
Topic. Oh, huh. We're going to talk about this in their lore. Alright.
is a ghoul created and what is their role?
Oh boy.
How is a ghoul created, and what is their role?
In
For
vampire
our
society.
purposes, a ghoul is simply a living thing that has drank vampire blood.
Really?
That's it?
So wait, it can be anything. Like, literally anything that just drinks its blood is now under the command of the vampire through, well, drinking its blood. That's more than a little worrying, but
What about the whole blood slave angle?
yeah.
A ghoul is not necessarily a serf, nor even a regular vitae drinker. What's more, the word is actually something of a slur in origin.
Really?
What the hell? We're referring to them by a slur name, Sir D?
Yes, and there's several different kinds of hells, too.
Oh!
The term ghoul stems from the imbalanced power dynamic between them and their domitors.
Ah.
A vast gulf hewn out by the vampiric elite. Whilst derisive, it is the standardized term for non-vampiric vitae drinkers, even among the more progressive of their kind.
Really?
And so far, I've never heard a ghoul use any other moniker.
Besides
In our
Ghoul?
ignorance, I suppose we'll have to settle for it.
Things
Yeah.
will change once we mass evaporate enough of the vampire elite. I assure you.
Probably, yeah.
I'd still assume a ghoul has a particular role in vampiric society, yeah?
Well, yeah.
You frame them as the vamp's eyes and ears during the day, helping prevent the truth of their existence from being discovered.
Yeah, I'm all
This
stuff
is
we
true
know.
of many ghouls, but not all. They're the servant class of the vampires.
Yeah,
Greater than
I
us
get that.
kind in their estimations, but still decidedly subordinate and inferior.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As
Vampires
such,
are
they can
arrogant.
perform many menial tasks for their domitors. Spies, guardians, butlers, custodians. Some even have
Really?
no true purpose to their power-broking schemes, and are kept merely as trophies, pets, or companions.
Really? I've never would have thought of that. That's kind of gross. Or horrifying in another way. But then again, I guess a vampire can get attached to a person like that, so... I don't know.
So, in a way, does someone who earns a wage have a particular role in our society? It's the same answer.
Is that an apt comparison?
Yes! Much like the peasant class, they are defined by their exploitation by blood-sucking vampires.
Ah, like me old manager.
You get it! The difference is that ghouls, too, suck. A horrid, awful example is a ghoul we hunted
they're
11 years ago in Poland.
Okay.
Her name was Primordial Hag.
What?
Rosalia! A title she herself insisted upon.
Wait, what? Why would anyone insist upon that title for themselves? It's, what?
She was an amazing, but complex woman.
Okay.
Upon courting me in the tranquil embrace of a Wednesday's twilight, amidst a holy grove at the ancient Oakland, I soon learned of her fatal addiction.
Oh.
She, the faithful serf of a vampire wizard, one we had tracked through the slow stilling of the local pulse, was the perfect embodiment of the normative thrall rule.
What do you mean?
Bound tirelessly to her dormitor, she was their eyes and ears. She
They'll
acted
do
as
anything that you say.
clandestine agent and a lethal hand at her dormitor's domain. She also served as an economist, a
What?
chauffeur, a maid, and a reserve blood bag, all in one sorrowful symphony of...
Are you back?
Wolfington, I return.
Welcome back. He was just talking about more stuff. I tried to hold on as long as you can, but I couldn't fill that much dead air.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Anyway, as he was going on, he was talking about how basically ghouls are used for a variety of reasons. Some are kept as pets, companions, chauffeurs, just menial laborers. Basically, they are the peasant class of vampire society.
Makes sense.
Basically, they are the wage slaves of vampire society.
Okay, but from what Kevin indicated, they're not actually getting paid.
They're getting paid in blood.
Going by the
later.
fact that Chapman isn't, I think they're being paid in the promise of blood.
Pretty much. It's the promise of pay. So they're interns. You hate this even more now.
Servitude.
Relatable.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What?
What do you say?
Sorry.
Bound tirelessly to her dormitor, she was
They're
their
talking
eyes
about
and
one of the
ears.
things
She
they
acted
found.
as clandestine agent and a lethal hand at her dormitor's domain. She also served as an economist, a chauffeur, a maid, and a reserve blood bag, all in one sorrowful symphony of servitude.
Damn.
Relatable.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Sorry.
What?
What?
Body burying! She
Oh.
also buried bodies.
Of course you do.
And took care of the camels.
What?
Camels in Poland.
Yeah.
Camel Ghoul, son-in-law.
What?
Camel.
Come on.
So she was a normative ghoul.
More or less.
Okay.
Yes!
Oh, you found the ear trumpet?
By human hearing, we are no longer bound. We trumpet by ear. Our prey will be found.
You inspire endlessly, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, he does.
Sorry, but
In
for,
some of
what
the
was her
bad
name?
ways, some
Rosalia?
good ways.
Primordial Hag Rosalia. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Sorry. How exactly could she put up with all that?
Well, past the impossibly addictive nature of the Vitae,
Oh.
there's also the blood bond.
Blood
Yeah.
bond. Okay. I think that's a new one. Let's go with that for our next topic.
We know about the
Certainly.
blood bond here.
Let's keep up our discussion as we head out. But first, let us see what we might have gained. All right, trumpets up to my ear. Say something funny.
Oh, God.
Something funny.
Oh, what the hell? Why did you do that?
With war gear in hand, this is where the hunt
Needed to make sure it was
truly
working.
starts. Let us go.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is just a blurry 3D
Right,
model.
So, what is the blood bond?
Worth a shot to know.
It is a truly, unquestionably vile thing. The blood bond is to take the very essence of a person and wring it whole in chain. To enslave someone's very thoughts.
Which is horrifying to me.
Like, convince them that the thoughts and actions of their bondee are their own?
In a way, son-in-law,
Oh,
but
I hate
much
that.
worse. The blood bond is, to most, completely indistinguishable from the natural feelings of loyalty, faith, duty, and love.
Okay, I hate that.
The blood-bonded brain will do its all to trick itself into believing that these feelings,
Are
and
true.
anything demanded of them by their regnant, are legitimate, justified, and good.
Oh, dear God.
Can warp a thrall's very perception of reality, changing it to a world where their regnant is the undisputed center.
That is
Worrying.
undoubtedly scary. But being blood bonded is not a prerequisite to being a ghoul.
A question with an irritating answer.
What?
It is not, but almost all ghouls who drink directly from a dormitor are immediately bound in some way via the first drink.
Oh.
It is often assumed to be a prerequisite, because their bond exists from the first drink. It is only after the third they are truly enthralled.
Really?
But depending on how frequently they are fed and how attentive their regnant is, ghouls can either be slavishly devoted or fiercely resentful of their situation.
Understandable.
It's all entirely assuming that
These sound like normal addicts to me, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
With the words
Yes.
thing.
They have turbo crack.
Basically, yeah.
drinking fresh vitae from the source, and not vitae that has sat and had the blood bonding effect go out of it. In the end, a liar is someone who has lied. A thief is someone who has stolen. A rat is someone who has talked. A liégeois is someone who has, for whatever fucking reason, decided to live in Liege, Belgium, and hasn't had the sense to leave yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck
honestly.
Belgium.
Short city.
And a ghoul is someone who has drunk vampiric vitae. The qualifier is only that you have committed to it once, and the label is not necessarily a permanent one. That is all a ghoul is.
Ah, right, got it. Okay. So this slavishly devoted part of our summation of ghouls is the result of this blood bond and not actually necessarily part of being a ghoul, yes?
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. Don't do that.
Ah, son-in-law, it is me, Sadi! I am a font of inspiration and ideas!
Oh, you pernicious prankster.
Sorry.
Oh, well, let me elucidate. Right, so, drinking blood. Have you drunken blood?
Closest I've gotten to is a rare blue steak, maybe wet black pudding. Or Marcus
what's wet
impacted me
black
and we flew
pudding?
into the bus
A
together.
blemish on your gastronomic repute.
I still hurt.
But good for our exposition. Your regular fellow does not drink raw blood.
Yeah.
For purposes of this generalization, we are excluding Boy, Dor, and the fearsome Mongol hordes of Genghis Khan.
What?
But yes, you
What?
would not drink raw blood.
Why Genghis
Especially not
Khan?
raw human blood.
No,
Especially
they
not
actually
directly
did drink
from some
blood.
nasty
No, I know that. I'm saying why Genghis Khan specifically?
Because otherwise there'll be a lot of people you'd have to list off as being excluded.
I guess.
His wrist. That's gross.
I'm wondering.
Disgusting.
Dor, well, fucking D already admitted he fed him
The fearsome
rats.
Mongol hordes
Oh.
of Genghis Khan. But yes, you
I hope he
would
didn't
not
feed boy
drink
rats.
raw blood.
I hope not.
Especially not raw human blood. Especially not directly from some nasty dude's wrist. That's grody.
Yes, it is.
Disgusting. Why ever do it? This is a call to engagement, son-in-law. Why
Oh.
would someone drink from the grody man's wrist?
My assumption was
were forced.
that they were simply forced to drink.
It's possible.
Kevin used a strange mind trick to prevent us from moving back in the Binham tunnels. In such a way, they could force their ghouls to drink their blood and then...
Say no more.
yeah, but
You
not
are
everyone has domination.
completely wrong,
Yeah.
son-in-law.
Oh,
Good, I am learning.
Whilst many are forced or even tricked into
Aw.
drinking it, the
like
vampire's vitae activates something in the brain.
Oh.
So much as getting close to it.
oh.
Activates.
Concept
Oh.
of free will is blasted into the realm of myth as you,
God.
small lads scared by
That's-
slightly too big chicken, suddenly
That's really
guzzles
bad.
down that foul corpse liquid.
Yeah, no, pink chicken's terrible.
That irresistible wrist nectar with no fear, no disgust.
Can you
and
stop
barely any
finding
notion
new
of
ways
what
to
you're
refer to
doing?
it?
Yeah.
That is as appalling as it is worrying.
Yeah,
Agreed.
And
definitely.
once you drink...
You're stuck.
Are Ghouled. And so met with a craving that would take other drugs weeks to engender. And from there,
Oh.
the spiral only deepens.
Given that, the blood bond just kind of comes naturally for most ghouls, I take it.
It
Probably.
does. We have both the incredibly addictive vitae in of itself, hitting like no other barbiturate. Then there is the blood bond, which materializes the more someone drinks of the same vampire's vitae. As I heard it from Rosalia, she drank 3 separate times on 3 different occasions, 24-something hours between each drink.
Oh.
After that, the bond took a complete stranglehold.
And much like her, that is when a ghoul becomes their domitor's retainer, basically.
Their
less.
trusted retainer, at the least. Even if they were originally unwilling, like Rosali.
Seems like a
They are now
one-way
both
street, though.
addicted and bound to the will and vitae of the vampire, overwhelmed by an uncontrollable feeling of loyalty and desire for their heinous master. That slavish devotion to the vitae comes in two for many, or just in one for some.
The ability to mess with the brain like that.
Horrifying.
Thing that makes us. Us.
You can just imagine the breadth of power fantasies enacted by those vampires willing to abuse it.
Oh, yeah.
Enslave your past bully, enslave your working staff, enslave your desired lover.
Oh.
That is beyond horror.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
but believe
I
you
don't
me,
like it.
it gets far worse.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Oh, goodness.
But not yet! The rat awaits, child!
Oh,
We
boy,
have to
the
pace
rats.
ourselves like we're out pupping in Great Yarmouth!
So, spot of tea followed by a crack injection.
What?
You don't inject! So tell me,
No one but three
Yarmouth
people have
is
told him you
fundamentally
inject
broken.
crack.
Wait, what?
And, look, Big D is really firm on the idea you don't inject crack, despite the fact that, three people who very much would have tried that have told him you do.
Oh, my God.
Some spiritual level.
I can see Kitten being part of the rave scene.
Yes.
Oh, my God. No, we're not
Did
doing
somehow connect with the 99p stores and the mini golf courses?
What?
I'm
Of all
sure.
the things that
The
will get you
masters
to
of these
sign
accursed
going, oh
places
my
must
god,
be
this was not what I
hunted
expected it to
down.
be.
The clubhead, the groundkeeper, all bound for annihilation, much like the
my
British
God.
royalty. Oh, Queen Victoria,
What?
you'll rue that day yet.
Fairly
Why?
sure Queen Victoria's dead.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you are, but I'm not convinced.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
before we get back to the hunt, let me ask. Are there vampires who never actually blood bond their ghouls?
Well, that wouldn't be a ghoul then.
I've known vampires who refuse the blood bond out of principle, but
Oh.
still feed vitae to their ghouls.
Oh.
Need only be careful.
Interesting.
So, not all ghouls are blood bonded, but all who are blood bonded
I
are
did not
ghouls.
realize it was an
Yes.
optional thing. I assumed it was a chemical
Except
reaction.
vampires.
Yeah,
But
so did I.
Well, vampire ghouls are, for our purposes, technically a thing, but it would many times come across as immensely derogatory to call a vampire a ghoul.
Because it's a slur?
It's more that it's an immediate turning of their social order, placing one
Oh.
of the kindred in the same position as their slaves.
So it's a big
So,
insult either way.
What?
What's the
According
difference
to
between a
those who
vampire
structure
ghoul
power
and
in
a
their societies,
diablerizing
a vampire
Both
cannot
just
be a
hated
ghoul.
vampire's blood, right?
I mean, diablerizing is still a big no-no in their society, but
Well, yes, but that's for completely different reasons.
yeah, I guess you're
On
right.
account of you're insane now and you want to eat kindred.
Which, funny enough, is what the antediluvians want to do.
You ever wake up and realize I'm gonna have to pay so much child support that you just go insane?
No, that's because apparently someone told me in the comments that the antediluvians are the third generation because they ate the second.
Huh.
Because originally,
Cain wiped out the third.
no, he gave a curse upon them that their blood would always diminish in power.
Fun fact, I looked into Cain's stat block. Did you know that at least one version of it just says you lose?
Yeah, you've told me.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's...
A definition?
Yes! And it's not a definition we have to use. Their definition is formed and enforced by societal standards, traditions, and their hierarchical order. So, if you want to insult a high-flown vampire wizard, defy them and insist upon calling them a ghoul.
Oh my god.
Just don't let
Do
them
it.
touch you.
Oh, we are really getting stuck in now.
Alright
But look,
then.
while we're talking terms, I have a new topic.
Very good. But before that,
Oh, right, the hunt, sorry.
my augmented ear must ascertain the creature's current location.
Alright.
What are you...
I was knocking the hole
Listening
in.
for movements through the wall.
Isn't it trickier
Oh.
to listen through the house's exterior wall than doing it through the walls
The
inside?
outside.
I guess not.
Wait. I think this rat has 8 legs.
What?
8 legs!
What poor freak has invaded our
Spider-Rat.
home? If
Oh
they
my
are
God.
able, they will soon come to regret it.
Oh my god.
Spider-Rat,
Kitchen!
Wolfie.
The kitchen?
Why the kitchen?
Maybe I can pack away the scones I made before they dry.
I shall
Oh my
open
God.
There
the
are no
kitchen
scones in this
window.
water.
What should I do?
Here, take this ear jar.
What? Oh my god.
No, I thought you'd catch
Why
it.
bring the ear jar?
The irresistible smell of meaty ears will surely attract
Ew.
a morbid pest.
Whose ears even are these?
Hexadecimal serial codes behind the lobes so I can keep track. But
What?
That's actually a pretty good system.
No, it isn't.
How else are you gonna label ears, Woofy?
We don't need ears.
I agree with you, but assuming we have ears for whatever reason and we need to keep track of whose ears they are, how are we gonna do it?
Dear God, no.
doesn't matter now. Leave these ears in peace.
Oh, no, he's gonna have to clean
We'll
the
take our
floor.
vantage point outside the window. When the beast
Yes.
strikes, we will snipe it with a
You might wanna
powerful
replace the
pressure
floor for good
washer.
measure.
We'll hit it so hard, even the regnant will feel
Because
it.
even the slightest stain left, he's gonna remember every single time he sees it.
We're just gonna sit here in the yard.
I love the yard.
Fair.
While it's
God.
raining.
Fair. You'll clean up the ears, yeah?
Sure, if there are any left.
What?
Good. Mind if I bring up another topic?
Bring
Okay.
them like boats up the mountaintop.
What's topic number 3?
What is a domitor and what is a regnant?
Okay.
I've heard you use the words regnant and
Well, a
domitor a
regnant
few
is an
times
actual
now.
term.
Are those real titles used by
I
vamps?
thought that's regent.
And is there some kind of distinction between the two? They just feel like different words for master.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are real terms used by real, actual uppercase V vampires that are
Uppercase.
real and actual.
Okay, so regnant is a
I've
term.
heard the titles of Ghoul and Domitor, as well as Thrall and Regnant, from multiple unaffiliated sources.
It means either
At
the
least in
dominant
West.
noun.
Also, Lickmaster,
What?
Valley, Big Papa.
Reigning.
Those are just perverse.
Oh my god.
How charming.
Interesting.
And to
I
answer
agree,
your
those are
second
fairly
question,
good.
these are not, in fact, synonyms. They are
Alright.
distinct. First, we have a Ghoul and a Domitor. A Domitor is the blood giver, whilst the Ghoul is the blood recipient.
Alright.
That is actually as simple as phyllo cheese pie.
What?
But it is, of course, purposefully dressed in the language of master and slave.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely.
everything vampires do is...
Yeah,
That
of course it is.
tracks. Every other word out of
They're
Piotr's
pompous.
mouth was a master-slave dichotomy.
Pretty much.
Man, these vampires sure love their class systems.
Oh yeah.
What of the regnant, though? What's that term all about?
The regnant thrall relationship is a step beyond. See, a thrall is one whom is blood bonded. A regnant is a blood bondee. Here, the master and slave analogy is far more literal. An inseparably attached imposition on the existence of the bond. A ghoul is many times also a thrall, but not necessarily. Do you understand?
Ow.
No.
Naturally. And I suppose thrall is equally as derisive a term within the same context?
Of course.
Not always.
Oh.
No?
Unlike the term ghoul, a vampire can also be named a thrall.
Ah.
In fact, the normative assumption is that when you speak of a thrall,
They're
you're
enthralled.
talking about a blood-bonded vampire. As the whole society is structured around it being given that a ghoul is always blood-bonded, using thrall to describe a ghoul is meant to be redundant. Which, you know, it isn't. But I want you to think it is. As an example for a vampire thrall, take primordial hag Rosalia's regnant.
Okay.
The foul sorcerer had another one blood bonded to them. The lowly magi they had signed.
Oh.
For as bad as the regnant thrall titles sound, it is the norm in certain social cliques for vampiric thralls to proudly name themselves such, as they partake in a bond or blood wedding, as they might grossly name it.
And some of them are forced
Such
to do that.
self-debasement, whilst frowned upon in many societies, is often not considered an act of social upheaval or a degenerative taboo. Rather, it is considered a noble and necessary recognition of an inevitable hierarchy that serves to keep social order intact.
Yeah.
That is, of course, unless the blood bond was imposed by someone of lower clan onto a kindred
Then
of
they
higher
wouldn't be.
clans.
Then I'm pretty sure the
Oh,
Camarilla
God,
wouldn't
two
like
wholly
it.
different kinds of caustic jargon.
Two? Ha ha! Who's keeping count, eh? Count! Like Dracula!
Oh my god. Oh no. It's going crazy.
In summary, not all ghouls are thralls, and not all thralls are ghouls. Same for dormitors and regnants.
The vampire elite really loves to use norms as a weapon, huh?
Yep.
Much like
Yep.
any elite.
Yep.
That's true. Now, okay, this is all fine and good. Or, no, excuse me, this is god-awful.
Yes, it is.
Except for the god part, probably.
A serf willing to do anything at the call of someone as morally bankrupt as Piotr. I can see just how dangerous that is.
Well, that's
Oh,
the thing.
And there is no limit to how many
Piotr would
ghouls or
never
bonds a
lower
vampire
himself
can
to
have
have a
either.
duel.
The only
Would he, though? I'm not sure. Piotr seems like an opportunist to me.
He's an opportunist, but he has an image to maintain.
I guess so.
So unless everyone else in his pack was already dead, in which case it seemed like his actual go-to was just make a new pack rather than make a ghoul.
I suppose so.
limit lies in how much vitae a vampire can give.
Goodness gracious. But as I understand it, that's still not even as bad as it gets, yeah?
Oh! No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Of course not.
By far. The eight-legged rat thing we now hunt? Likely a hateful example of just that.
Wait. Sir, my scones!
Your
Oh my God.
My
scones!
scone!
Your scones!
Look! Through the window! They're bloody gone!
Oh!
Scans!
Scones!
Oh.
Gnomes!
Did the
Gnomes.
thing take them?
Gums.
Or is Marcus awake?
Damnation! Into the house, quickly!
Oh boy.
Stones, Wolfington.
Oh my
Marcus?
god, he can lift up the
Marcus,
scones.
have you eaten 20 scones in one sitting again?
What? Again?
No response.
So they
Boris
took
are
the
firing
scones.
guns and has been in a ration-type mood all week. And the boy does not eat bread or British food.
Sir, look! A trail.
Oh.
It leads out onto the pool deck through the window.
Okay,
we
what
follow
grabbed him?
Years.
Oh god, my scone!
We've been sconed! Quickly, but quietly. Open the door out into the deck. Be wary. We do not know what this creature is capable of.
Alright. Time to see what ate their
That reminds
scones.
me. Ghoul powers.
Okay, here we go.
There's the matter of the smattering of vampire magics that you
Not
mentioned.
discuss this before
They
or
gain
later.
a whisper of their master's
They
powers.
discuss it later, but I think
What
they're
does
going to
that
go more in
entail
depth
exactly?
here.
I will not lie, dear boy. I will not lie. But I will get entirely within your personal space, okay?
Okay.
What I'm about to divulge is of the utmost sensitivity and confidentiality. You, I can trust with it. But the others, not quite yet. Have faith that I will tell them when the time is right, and not a second sooner. Understand me, dear boy?
Alright.
Okay.
But I will first point out the Scoun Trail. The Scran. The
Scran.
Scrog, the Skrelv.
Scran.
The trail.
It's just making up
It
words
leads
now.
to the pool house.
Oh, it does. But what an odd trail.
From the window onto the pool deck to the pool house. Scran, the scone snatcher, was following the very
Scran.
edge of the deck.
You gave him a
pressed
name
against
now.
the house walls until it ducked beneath the deck table, then sprinted into the pool house.
Okay, then
Is it
chase
because
them.
of the rain? Because that would be odd. If we assume that this is like an eight-legged rat,
I
rats
wonder
aren't
what it
known to fear
actually
a light
is.
rain like this.
You
Could
think
this
it
be a
is?
ghoul thing?
Ghouls can inherit flaws from their master.
Oh,
whatever new
interesting.
idiosyncrasies. But I've never heard
Like
of a
someone who
fear of
gained
rain.
someone else's organ,
We had better move quickly.
Yes.
Right.
which is an actual thing.
I'll open the door. Oh, goodness!
What is it?
Bloodbath! Or perhaps a bread bath?
My scones!
They're gone.
Fine home-baked scones!
This is making me hungry.
ripped apart like the common 99p loaf.
I'm so sorry, son-in-law. We should never be a victim in the fight against evil.
I wanted to treat the Arcanum to my family's scone recipe again.
Aww.
Hold a moment. The creature.
I
could
guarantee
still
if you
be
tried,
here.
Blacklock would have just
There's an
started
easy way to
screaming
figure
out
that
poison.
out. Go!
Oh! What happened?
Water jet's etched itself all over the woods.
Oh.
Oh, the pool house and the deck stains all patchy and oh god,
Dear
a plank
God.
snapped.
Son-in-law, look.
What?
Son-in-law! Look closer.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't visible under the deck stain. But now that it's been blasted away and I have to repaint it again.
Focus.
Sorry. These are claw marks.
Oh.
But they're only here, and they've left almost like small craters behind them.
What? What's that
Can you
mean?
suss out what happened?
Oh shit. There's a small dent on the roof right above. Did they jump up onto the roof from here?
Looks like it.
Can they do that?
Let me tell you about just that.
Sure, but what if it can hear us?
We'll move out and go to Door's workshop. Given our findings, the creature seems to not like rain. It's likely hiding by the chimney. Or perhaps even in the attic.
Okay. We'll go get one of the ladders. Let's go.
Alright. Grabbing one of the ladders now. This is such a big house.
Listen close. The vampire is two things.
Yep.
The body and the vitae. The human and the beast. The good and the bad. And
Alright.
sometimes the ugly. That's three. Now, several millennia ago, an ancient canine was subject to venereal tumors.
Okay.
Canine? Not canite.
We're
Canine.
talking dog cancer now!
Okay.
In a freak accident by
Why?
nature, the tumor cells in this dog would mutate, gaining the ability to infect other dogs like a pathogen.
Oh.
These venereal tumor cells would essentially become an entity all their own.
Oh my god.
Cellular, an immortal life form
Disgusting.
that could spread
Yes, this is
from
incredibly
body to
disgusting.
body,
I hate this.
bringing its deadly affliction to millions upon millions of dogs all across the globe.
What the hell is the point of this and why?
Yes!
It's
The
horrifying,
Vitae is
I
a
hate
life
it.
form alien to its host that corrupts
Correct.
the corpse of a human, taking its hands, its heart, its mind, and memories, puppeteering it like the
Cancer?
the zombie and fungus, fighting its host to meet its own desire of eating,
cordyceps.
eating, and spreading its infection further. And cordyceps,
Ah,
that's the
because they always
Fungus
need
or
to
the
drink
dog
blood.
tumor?
Does it matter? Dear boy,
They are
these are
always
what
going to need blood to
curses
survive.
are. These are the great calamities we set ourselves against. And a small part of the Vitae, that life form, that living curse, is spread into the still living form of another. To make a ghoul.
A vampire's blood does its all to give their host a shot at their new role as predator. I take it does similar things to ghouls? Is that where you're going?
That's what I thought it was going.
Correct. But much like how it manipulates the mind and body of a dead host, it creeps in the same way into the still animated tissues of a living one, though in a far more limited regard. It is like the human body, whilst it still brims with life, fights against the undead agent infiltrating its body. A war fought between good and bad, and sometimes ugly, within your very flesh.
That's an inspired analogy, I must say. But, whilst the vampire blood asserts its control, I take it the ghouls are able to make use of the same arcane abilities that their Domitor employ? I mean, since a part of their Domitor is now part of them, yeah?
Certainly. By and large, their powers are very limited. Increased strength, resilience, and bodily generation come most naturally.
Alright.
The overwhelming majority of ghouls I've met are limited to just those. But other powers are not outside their grasp, provided their Dormitor possesses them as well. In addition, it demands intense training for a ghoul to master even the most basic of disciplines.
Sounds about
So
right,
it was for
honestly.
primordial hag Rosalia. and a few other ghouls I've happened upon.
I recognize that name, by the way?
Piotr had a ghoul,
No, what?
Primordial Hag Rosalia, should I recognize that name?
No, that's apparently the name the ghoul gave herself, or it might have been given to her by her dominator. Because she seemed to really like that name, so I'm guessing it was forced on her.
say, could they be able to go invisible and juggle a dumpster? Here you go, by the way.
Thank you. And, well, not in the way Piotr could, of course. A theoretical Piotr ghoul could train themselves to use a form of invisibility, but one that only works if the user is totally still. Alternatively, they could attain an ability to punch hard enough to easily break a leg, but not much more than that.
There's just a lot of different vampire types out there, isn't there? And
Yeah,
I'm sure we haven't even catalogued half of them. We
Probably
can't even
not.
know what ghouls can do because we barely even know what vampires can do yet.
This is true! And there are as many ghoul variants as there are vampire variants, if
Oh.
not more. But once we get on that roof, we can add another one to our index.
Ladder's here, by the way. Wait, shit, this one's too short.
I couldn't even use that for my extemporalized pole dancing.
There
What?
should be another one here somewhere.
You heard him.
No, I refuse to hear that.
You heard him.
Here. Wait, this one's also too small.
There's a wooden ladder in Horse's house, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, alright, we'll go get that one, I suppose. I could have sworn we had a bigger one in here.
Whoa,
Yeah.
horse time!
In regards to this one, like as far as they go, I mean, ghoul variants.
okay.
I take it this one is at least not your standard ghoul.
Based on the clues presented thus far, of course not.
Since there's a lot of variables involved,
Definitely.
what do you reckon this ghoul could be? Some type of fell muck-wielding ghoul empowered by their dominator? Or an ultra-slick, nigh-invisible skulker?
Let me lay some groundwork. Starting off,
Alright.
there is of course natural variance from ghoul to ghoul, depending on who their dormitory is. The thrall ghoul is the thing that the vampiric elite would list as the only legitimate kind of ghoul.
Alright.
But for as much
Those
as
are
I make fun of
bitches.
the blue-blooded vampire snobs,
Well, they're quite
I
literally
too
vampire
think this
snobs,
next ghoul
so.
variant is a dangerous thing to talk openly about. This is another important factoid that I bestow upon you in
Factoid.
confidentiality, son-in-law.
Factoid.
And that variant is?
The independent ghoul.
What?
Independent? Like, the
Yep.
non-thrall variety? Is that not better in every way?
Yeah.
It certainly is, let me be clear. Independent ghouls are good. I wish independence for every ghoul out there, before they liberate themselves from the Vitae entirely. To much of vampiric high society, however, they are living, walking masquerade breaches.
Yeah,
Do not act in
definitely.
accordance with their norms and traditions, and thus are
I mean, it's
treated
completely
wor-
understandable why. They quite literally know everything and they're not being forced by chain and, well, they
Yep.
keep it a secret. They know about the world and
worse
that's
than even
horrifying
the
to them.
half-blooded
They need to be
daywalkers.
dealt with. And not just
Oh,
that,
yeah.
an indication
Daywalkers.
that a ghoul
Oh.
can escape its leash.
Which, yeah, letting other ghouls know about this is not in their purview, so, yeah.
And sure, maybe the average ghoul wouldn't care on account of their high as balls and couldn't imagine like. But you know, just even knowing that idea is
Okay, yeah, gives a flare of hope. And a bunch of fear to vampires, because hope is immature to their caste system.
Yep.
Anyway,
yep.
I'm wondering what is a daywalker. I really want to know this.
Quite
Gingers.
pitied the daywalker we hunted.
Oh my god.
Nothing like Piotr or Kevin in a lot of them. You had mentioned they are severely
Half-breeds.
oppressed in vampiric society.
I didn't even know
Are you
daywalkers
saying
existed.
Independent ghouls are
I do.
even
I'm one.
worse off?
Oh my god.
Without a doubt.
Stop that.
They're often despised among the kindred elite and blood-hunted all over the world. These creatures are meant to be on a leash, after all.
Of course,
A
yeah.
masterless hound that can unwittingly destroy an entire society
Exactly.
cannot be allowed on the street. And so, independents usually work in secret, largely with more progressive vampires, or those that are also under the big
That's
boot,
fair.
like the Daywalkers.
I don't
how
know
do you
about the Daywalkers at all.
work as an independent ghoul?
Well, again, there are many ways. Often they have multiple different donors, getting vitae where they can find it, but always being wary of the blood bond. That's essentially it. Outside of that, you're independent. You can do whatever.
What?
Cracker said it with his primal scream therapy again.
Seems.
Neighbors.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
they're like that.
What the hell?
Shit.
What the hell?
Oh no.
He'll be all out of house before long.
Oh my god.
Have you seen his house? It's submerged in a ditch and has a tarp for a roof.
An upsetting figure. If he weren't such a loose cannon, he would make an excellent hunter.
He's too busy digging for Iceni treasure.
What?
Oh,
What is that?
Speaking of loose cannons, there are also our twisted allies in
Yeah.
hunter ghouls.
Hunter ghouls?
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are a thing from what I know.
Right. Things are starting to click.
Good. As you can imagine, they are hunters who hunt down, stake, and then keep their quarry to carefully feed off of until the stock runs dry.
Right. I understand.
But it's still very
It's-
dangerous, obviously.
On the brink of what we do, innit?
That's right. We only extract information. Thus far.
That's fun.
Don't like that implication.
Another thing we do not do is sling vitae. Could have made some serious dosh in armor for
What?
those canites staked.
Yeah,
I'm not
You wanted to sell it?
Jest, of course.
just sell
There's about
drugs,
12
Wolfie.
good reasons not to sell vampire slave drugs. But many an independent manages to do it for a living, using the same vampiric powers against those that would call them thralls. And
That's actually an interesting way to
it's
break
a
down the system.
serious hustle. One has to respect it. But you can never condone it. You lose too much of yourself to vitae once you imbibe it. What else? We also have ghoul families.
Oh.
Like families that are all ghoul.
Oh, that exists too, but no. I mean ghouls that have been so ghouled that they pass on their ghouldom to their ghouldren.
What?
Horrible.
What?
Much like
How does that work?
a
don't-
blood disease then?
No.
The
Yeah.
vitae spreads from mother to child.
Is
As
that
far
how
as
that
I
works?
know, that isn't a natural process. But there are ghoul families so embossed with their master's vitae that they even produce vitae of their own. These individuals are called revenants, and are typically deeply loyal to a given clan, sect, or
So much
bloodline.
so that they would imbibe their family into the
Interesting. Oh, God,
network.
what if Piotr was planning
That's
something like
horrifying.
Piotr babies!
Yeah.
I refute the very notion! But no. Oh, and speaking of family... Horse, my baby boy! How's father's little giant? Yeah.
Hello, horse.
Please, eat my apologies, horse. You're still a bit queasy, aren't you? You have your father's eternal respect for the
Aw.
strength you've displayed these past few nights.
Poor
We're
horse.
looking for a ladder, by the way. We suspect there might be a ghoul on or in our roof. Oh, certainly. Death will come slowly.
Oi, actually, the potential ghoul on the roof? Just making sure, it is an animal, yeah? You had already mentioned animal ghouls previously.
Of course! Animal ghouls are limited in what they can do, but immensely versatile. Imagine a peregrine falcon acting as your eyes. Imagine a rhinoceros as a mount. Imagine giving a dog the power of a gorilla. Imagine giving a gorilla the power of a double gorilla.
What?
Imagine a whale.
Terrifying.
I don't know if that work, but just think about
Don't fuck with a double
whales,
gorilla,
fellas.
Wookie.
What'd you just say? What'd you just
Don't
say?
fuck with a double gorilla.
Oh my god. There's no such thing as a double gorilla.
Not unless you fuck with it and bring it into existence.
Oh my god. Think
These
about a whale
things
for
are
a
all
second.
possible, provided you have the Vitae to spare. And a familiar like this is, evidently, something our Dormitor has invested in. Isn't that just wacky off the walls, dearest horse, kindest horse, fairest horse in all the land of Angor? Yeah. He says he would run it over, stomp it into the ground, and then crush its skull in his big mouth should it near his home. Oh, but he'd only eat it if it was made of plant or whatever. He is a horse, of course.
Funny enough, sometimes animals do, and the horses do sometimes just grab a bird out of the sky and eat it.
Makes sense.
Because they need the, you know what? They need the vitamins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Plant?
Plant ghouls!
Plant?
Yeah, however it's pronounced. It's rare, as it demands a touch of thaumaturgy.
Like blood
Oh.
sorcery?
Indeed. With it, it's possible to grow a garden of blood-addicted plants that are excellent for disposing of bodies.
Horrifying.
Rosalia's job only
Makes
got
sense,
a touch
though.
easier and a whole lot more dangerous when that viscera garden was grown. There's also the plant people that certain
What?
blood sorcerers can create. Haunting human simulacrums made from plants, such as the mandrake. Those are able to perform only the most basic of tasks, though.
Unfathomably creepy.
Yes, keep the law never mowed, son-in-law. Never mowed. Wait, that's Horse's job. Don't steal Horse's job.
I never dare. Why are we here again? Oh, that's right.
Make sure
Ladder.
you don't steal a horse's job, you
Over
son of a
here.
bitch.
God. It's also too small.
Or are we too big?
I
What?
swear, where is the bloody ceiling ladder?
You know, you don't have to do
I
that every
know.
single time.
We
but
had
you-
it in the workshop before.
The tall one?
Yes.
Ah, that's right. I put that one in the chimney.
You what?
What?
Well, I have
Why?
to see where the secret chimney door in my room went.
What?
What?
Yeah, there's like this secret door in the chimney wall in my room. Actually, it leads all the way up to the roof.
Why?
Does?
Yes. Oh, how could I have forgotten? Let's go
was
climb
just-
the chimney.
Baffled.
He does all this strange stuff, and sometimes I never know why.
Bye, horse.
I don't know what
I'll
is
come back
going
with
on.
dinner in just a bit.
How do you put the? How do you?
Chimney ladder.
How do you do any of this?
God, just ignore it for now. Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
I don't think he'll be able to.
You know, with all this in mind, with how the ghouls are made, I really can't get in the headspace of someone who'd do any of this.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, you can ask
gross,
Chapman about it later.
immoral,
What'd you say?
senseless,
Something about
You can ask Chapman about it later.
True.
all kinds of bad words.
There are not enough bad words in the world's collated lexicon for the true depths of evil that can be inflicted on mankind by the worst of these slavers.
Really? And these true depths of evil? What do they entail?
That is a good
I
question.
will not linger on this for
Very
long,
good question.
as these things are... It is where the mind wanders unwillingly. Thoughts of
Okay.
those victims that have you feeling like you aren't doing enough.
Oh,
Need to do
more.
And what are done to these victims.
Lobotomized servitors drunk on the vitae, the freedom and personhood stolen from them.
They're
They take
basically-
these people, like you, like me, like our family and friends. Imagine it! The complexity of our lives, the worth we place in our memories, our abilities, our moments, and our place. They take it! They take it and literally mold them away in favor of grotesquerie with the hateful magics!
Horrifying.
Yes.
Form and reshape their minds, their bodies to shapes and sizes utterly inhuman. They trap these people within their own skin.
I
They
hate
take
all
their
of this.
all, and like vile
Whoa.
caricatures of sculptors, carpenters, crafters, and leatherworkers, these fiends fashion their desires out of their victims. Living furniture that cannot scream, walking blood taps with spigots of innards.
This sounds like something
Animated
from
art,
I Have No Mouth and I Must
mercilessly
Scream.
bent, just the perfect angle. Gargoyle folk bound by ritual to a particular place,
That's the
ever
thing.
to guard it,
They don't even wanna
unable to
scream.
leave it.
They're unable
Blood-bound
to
cabals
even
of wizards and
contemplate
fae,
screaming.
the pure stuff of raw imagination, squeezed and siphoned until nothing remains. People turn to bird feeders for unspeakable specters, hungrily eating their flesh, their essence, hulking abominations made of entire families, parents, grandparents, children. Their sinew and flesh inseparably fused like sickly mixed mince. This all,
God.
this all.
Yeah.
Stop!
It's horrifying.
Stop!
Thank you.
Okay, stop.
I
I don't need to hear anymore.
We
apologies,
really don't.
son-in-law. I got
We're good.
carried away.
Got too worked up about it. Understandable, though.
It's fine, it's just... I don't like this. At all.
Good.
It makes me want to... This all makes me want to...
Two more.
Doesn't everyone, though?
Yeah. I want to... save this person. In the chapter house, I mean. Whoever it is.
Oh,
They
that's
deserve
because
better.
they're still a person.
We won't save just them. We will save them all.
So,
I guess this is another reason
what
he
should we
hates
do once we
vampires a
find
lot.
this poor
As
thing
though you
in our
need more.
house?
Kill it, probably.
Really?
I'm sorry, son-in-law. But it would be best to save this poor animal from its misery.
That is how we save them? But wait, what about the ghoul in the chapter house? Are we going to kill them?
No! Not necessarily.
It depends on the ghoul.
Necessarily?
We can see what we can do. I'm optimistic. I think capturing the chapter house ghoul will be largely a triviality. After that, it's up to us figuring out the finer details
Well,
of their ghoul
you tempted fate.
and just how deep it goes.
The going theory is that the ghoul infiltrator is one of the people already inside the Arcanum chapter house, and no secret person X, no animal, and no bloody plant. Was that right?
Probably at
Yes,
least.
skipping some details, what Kevin gave me was
Yeah,
the
people
following.
believe either
Allow
Elise
me to
or
paraphrase.
or it's the girl
This
who's
is
super into
something the
anime.
status quo vampire big shots
Grimmel.
would not
Grimmel.
want
No,
hunters
I'm
to
leaning
know.
towards Elise.
They have ghouls all across East Anglia, serving as the backbone of their information network. This allows them to expand the borders of their domain, line their pieces up in the war effort, and most importantly, to get at something. Something that, as of now, remains unknown.
Oh boy.
They have ghouls in several organizations, and as Kevin listed them off by name, that is when he mentioned the Arcanum as one of the afflicted orbs.
I
Worrying.
think it makes quite a lot of sense for a high-ranking vampire to want a ghoul within the Arcanum,
Yeah.
to make sure they can redact any research that comes a bit too close to breaching their masquerade.
Yes, and by that logic,
It
this
couldn't be-
ghoul has to be fairly new, given that we
couldn't
never
be
discovered them
Blacklock,
whilst
could
in
it?
the Arcanum's employ.
Is that a certainty, Sadi?
Well, of course! One of my primary duties while on staff
like-
was guarding against such infiltration.
All of
But
his
if you
douchebaggery made sense. It was just an old man and with an axe to grind.
Yeah.
But he's also the one redacting the information.
I don't think Remold is the Ghoul.
I don't think it's Remold, but
I see what you mean, though.
seek more compelling proof, you'll note our scholarship on the vampiric was never redacted whilst we were there.
Wait, hold on. If they, for whatever reason, couldn't get rid of
it
our
was redacted
scholarship
the
whilst we
second
were
you
members,
left.
Yeah, that is
could the
true.
Ghoul have been involved in getting us banned from the Arcanum?
It's possible.
That would have been easy. Remold Blacklaw had been lobbying for our ban since the day we came, after all. And it's not like we respected the Arcanum's rules all that much.
Yeah.
Most of us, at least.
Your point is pointed, though. It means the Ghoul might well have existed alongside us, even back then.
Horrifying
Nevertheless,
thoughts.
this is a side tangent.
Yep.
Further along in the interview, Kevin went ahead and mentioned the Hunter data. Some kind of evil, fucked up data computer hypertech that immediately injects the names, age, and location of all
God.
hunters in East Anglia directly into your brain.
Oh, yeah, the thing. I don't think directly.
Refer to it as a floppy
I don't think
disk
he knows how
earlier?
computers work.
Of course not.
I would assume it flops its way through my ear canal or something.
What?
Well, the computer's the devil. As I was saying, the hunter data is, of course, top priority for vampires of any stripe. Should they acquire it,
I love
they would
him.
know the location and identity of
stupid.
all hunters in the
He
region.
is.
Bloody hell. With that sort of data, they could wipe the lot of us out. Why the hell would you keep something like that?
Huh. Blame the coalition. Under their watch, power and influence over the unaligned hunters will always be a higher priority than their security.
Seems like it.
What idiots! I can start to see why you're so fervently anti-authority, Sadi.
Excellent!
In the
We'll
world
make
of
an enemy the
hunting,
state of you yet.
Orcs kind of
wouldn't
can
go
do a
that
lot of good,
far.
but can do a lot of bad.
Kevin first learned
Yep.
of the data when he was still part of polite vampire society.
The Camarilla, yeah?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I assume Kevin didn't split that recently.
Obviously not, yeah.
Did you learn that name during the interview?
They kept bringing it up alongside something called Anarchs and
Yeah.
their own Sabbat membership.
That's what I mean when I say practical learning. You'll always get better information out of the local ne'er-do-wells than you ever will from my generalized
Cool.
understanding.
They all almost died.
But yes,
So-
he first learned of it as part of the local Camarilla. But then learned more whilst hanging out with Piotr, as apparently the Sabbat had a spy within another org that works with the Arcanum.
Of course.
Allegedly, they finished compiling the hunter data only recently.
So the Ghoul is going to be after that data.
Yep.
But it's likely
Sounds like
locked
it.
within the archive, so it won't be easy to get at.
I can't imagine the Ghoul is in any particular rush if they're a more permanent resident.
Yeah.
I can
They
only
can
imagine them
take their
getting a
time.
bit panicky when we hit the scene. And depending on how they respond, we will respond in kind.
Hopefully we can get through this without wanton violence.
Bloodshed. Yeah.
Well,
Now, your room, was it?
yes, quick!
Oh.
Quickly!
Oh.
Yes, quick!
I think this is in Gmod.
I love
It
my
might be.
room.
It's got a
I
cannon
asked,
point
how
at
did
the
you get that
door.
bronze
I was
horse
just
statue
about to say.
Yes, the horse
God.
of Saint Mark.
What?
You see, it's actually made of copper rather than. Wait!
There's so much crazy shit in there.
In here.
Why is there a chimney door?
Sir, this... how have I never seen this.
Oh,
Also, isn't it dangerous to put a ladder in a chimney?
Oh,
I don't know.
We only burn evidence behind Horse's house anyhow. Now,
Oh,
quiet.
that's what it means.
Let us head up.
I
Okay.
don't think Big D recognizes the primary purpose of a fireplace.
Stop here.
No, he obviously doesn't.
Torch on. This is the attic, isn't it? You know,
How,
somehow I've never actually been up here. But
Shut up.
what?
How much holy water
gracious,
did
you blasted a hole in the roof cap!
Oh my god.
Hey! Damn it!
Oh no, rain's leaking in.
Yeah.
Into the walls!
Oh god, insurance won't cover this.
Oh
Do
dear.
not divest your attention in such
Oh, no.
worldly things, son-in-law.
Yeah, that
Did
sucks.
you see it? Or rather,
Oh,
them.
I'm a homeowner. That hurt.
Yeah.
Those creatures, they were
As someone that has to
not
work
rats.
with this kind of thing, it can hurt.
Here, trumpet!
I hug you.
Of course!
Because I have to work on
do
damaged
you hear?
houses.
This started in the cellar, didn't it?
It did. That's where we first heard it. Or them.
I have a theory. Come with me. We head for the cellar.
God!
Oh. There they go.
Yeah, this is probably Gmod.
Yeah.
It's very well done, Gmod.
Yeah.
Stealth into the cellar.
Wait, watch the slippery!
Oh.
Stab!
Rip.
Shit, Sadine!
Is he okay?
Damnable ghost of
No.
Would you look at that?
What's going on?
There is the pressure washer. Throw it down now!
Oh,
Okay.
shit, where is it?
You poor things!
Oh, it's up here!
Okay, grab it.
Spider rat, spider rat, spider rat.
Oh.
Take this, you!
Oh, it's not working.
Where did they go?
Did they go invisible?
No, they ran away at great speed before I could shoot. They could leap at us from any
The cellar, where the
corner.
fuck else would they have gone?
Yeah.
Sadie! Blast the roof with the pressure washer.
The roof?
What?
Well, they hated the rain, didn't they? Have water sprout all over the room.
Oh.
Yes, that's a smart idea. Destroy your house's foundation. Good work,
Let's
Kitten.
make it rain.
I'm gonna slap you.
2,
Oh my God.
1.
I'm fighting.
Pressure washer, go!
There, from the big pipe in the ceiling.
Oh, they got through the pipe.
Leaping down!
Oh, what the hell is that?
Wait,
That's a dog.
what are they
Two dogs.
doing?
They are
That's not a spider rat.
drinking the floor blood?
Oh.
No, oh no! They're drinking ape's blood!
Ew. That's why this puppy.
Ah, the clouds
Puppers,
have cleared.
no.
These creatures have ghouled themselves.
Is that even possible?
Yes.
Yes.
He's made that clear.
This is a highly unlikely scenario. A vampire's blood usually dusts after only a short while. But Ape was young enough that his vitae remained for longer than usual.
Oh.
But even so, I would have figured the potency of the leftover vitae would have gone by now. Yet it seems it was potent enough to have its effects last until today.
Poor
Weird.
things. They look miserable.
Yeah, they do.
These creatures. I have never seen anything so pathetic in my life.
Oh.
Well, they're certainly not rats.
Are they not?
Two dogs.
Well, no, they're dogs. They're clearly dogs. Greyhounds.
Don't be so sure.
Like the greyhounds?
They have drank the blood of the ape boy. Sometimes ghouls can suffer immediate consequences for their imbibement of a particular vampire's vitae.
Okay.
Pains and curses can come both mentally and physically.
Oh.
Look at these beasts. Abnormal, spindly legs.
No, I think that's just normal.
Hide, curved abnormal backs, ears like skin flaps, eyes
I think
too
that's
big
just
for
a
their
normal
skulls,
greyhound.
snaggled teeth, and this constant nervous shivering. When
That's
not
a
snout
normal.
teeth, necks unnaturally
That's a
bent,
dog.
lapping
Yeah,
at that
that's a
accursed
normal
smell.
dog.
They
Great.
suffer
That's just a
goulash
dog.
of mutations. Carried from the
Please
drinking
don't
of
kill
the
a
already
dog.
highly
Yeah.
volatile and beastly blood of the ape.
Yeah, those are just greyhounds.
Sir D. These are clearly just normal greyhounds.
There is nothing normal about these goblinoids.
Greyhound owners say the same thing.
Not be so easily deceived.
Wait, I missed that for a second. What did he say?
Greyhound owners say the same thing.
I see.
Carried from the drinking of the already highly volatile and beastly blood of the ape.
Sir D. These are clearly just
No.
normal
There
greyhounds.
is nothing normal about these goblinoids.
Greyhound owners say the same thing.
Not be so easily deceived. They could be in-stretched rats, penetrating muntjacks, or, of course,
What?
ghouls, fey creatures.
Oh
We
my
are too
god.
deep.
Look at these gremlin beasts.
I slap
They
him now.
shame themselves.
Oh my God.
No longer suited for the
I guess
course
so,
of the
yeah.
dreaming.
You're being mean somehow.
Suddenly
Yes.
we must kill them.
No!
Sir.
If we pour epoxy into the vitae, we could make a rudimentary glue trap. Perhaps
No!
an asbestos bomb is in order.
No!
Fine. They
No.
are rather cute from a certain angle. Devilish little creature. Therefore, I will simply and humanely slap at it.
No!
We should
Stop this man.
take responsibility.
Is that not what I'm doing?
Oh my god.
We
No.
owe these poor animals
No, he's not.
more than this.
I hate this as much as you, son-in-law, but this is mercy. It is dangerous to keep them alive. Not only to us,
No.
but to themselves.
Why?
Why? Have I not elaborated enough on the why this evening? You have incensed me, son-in-law. Do not interfere.
Sir, you haven't really gotten to the why yet.
Yeah.
Not really. But I think I know what it is. It's about your children. It's about Marcus.
As inquisitive as ever.
Just before you do anything to these dogs, answer this. Why are you keeping diablerie and now the mechanics of ghouling a secret?
I suppose I did want to tell you. So I will.
Okay.
I wish you to aid me in preventing Marcus from learning certain truths. Truths these creatures epitomize.
Oh.
That's what I figured.
For the time being, at least, it must be kept sequestered. You know that ghouls can gain the powers of their dormitor. A fraction of it, but enough to make the ghoul stronger, faster, age far slower, and gain access to vampiric magics.
Yeah.
Well, in the chapter house, we will, without doubt, be dealing with an abnormal ghoul, much like these. How abnormal? I cannot say. But their dormitor and regnant, as I have learned, is one of the most powerful vampires in Norfolk, far outstripping even Diablerist Piotr.
Worrisome.
Well, I see where you're going with this. Marcus is brilliant in his search for optimization. The bloody stake jacket somehow worked to his credit.
Yeah.
But do you really think he would stoop so low as to ghoul himself?
he's not sure.
I
The
can't
problem
see
is
that.
he always likes
Him
testing
running a
these things.
diablerie from this experiment was a massive mistake. I could have prevented it. I recognize that. But the idea that humans can, in essence, diablerize vampires, preventing that knowledge from entering
He'd
his
only
highly
see the power
eccentric
Theodore
mindset
got.
is not too late. Marcus is willful, brash,
The
arrogant,
problem
and
is
stubborn.
he sees knowledge as always good to know. The problem is, especially in this world, as I've said before, some things are better left not knowing.
If he believes he can master vampire vitae without falling prey to its wiles, he will do it. And
Oh,
should
definitely.
he try, he will fail.
I'll be frank.
Because the problem is he thinks he's too smart
If
for
you
his own
believe
good.
these risks are that great,
Yes.
couldn't you just teach him about these dangers before he comes across them himself?
No.
Marcus never lets danger stop him.
Yeah.
even at
No,
the
he
cost of a
hasn't.
functioning brain.
He would hear
Just
this, and
like
you know what
his
he would
father.
think?
Hey, stop
I can
squirming.
take it.
Like most things when he does this.
I know the danger. That means I can resist it.
The funny thing is, this is exactly like how Magnus the Red reacted.
I
in-
kind of figured that's how I wound up with Chaos.
It's basically the feeling of, no, I know better, but my father's wrong about this. I can fix this. I can do this.
Then he wound up with Chaos.
He wound up getting tricked by the
why
trickster
let him
god of
hunt?
chaos.
If this information can be stumbled upon when hunting like this,
Hail Zeech.
why allow Marcus to carry out interrogations and, hell, even experiments on our quarry? If you really think it's that serious, why are you ever allowing him this kind of freedom?
It is not a matter of allowing him. He has chosen this path, as all my children who hunt have. And I am proud of him for it. In time, I shall shape Marcus into a hunter much like myself. I cannot deny that Marcus is already immensely powerful, and in sheer headstrong determination almost surpasses me.
That's quite the
In
compliment.
his pursuits,
Yeah.
he hurts himself. Even if he has sat down and taught the risks of, say, imbibing vampire vitae, would he really listen?
I think he would. I really do. At
Really?
least talking to him would be worth a try.
Really?
You might not have noticed, but he sees vampires, what they can do, their power, and yearns for such power himself.
Yeah?
He cannot help it.
Yeah.
I can fully relate. Almost any hunter can.
Yeah.
But that
feeling
kind of
exactly
power
in front of him.
will damn him. And why would he care if it damns him? His damnation could save thousands. He thinks
Yeah.
he can overcome such a curse and balance the scales,
Like you said.
but that's hubris. And Marcus
thinks
has yet
he's
to
got
comprehend
this.
the true
Yeah, he
reality
does not
of
have this.
damnation. Only once he discerns it for himself can he know the cost of that path. I was hoping that, given the freedom to face them of his own accord, he would learn.
You would realize.
But so far, he instead
No.
places blame on me for not serving theory to him, mushed up on a plate.
Okay. All right. All right.
That said, you still really should have
I
warned them
feel
about the
he might
authorization.
be.
Yes, but
Underestimating
he's being overly
Marcus.
character around.
It is your privilege to believe that.
If whatever Kevin told you is true, then Marcus is already likely to see a person that he knows as a ghoul, potentially pulling whatever tricks they've got up their sleeves when cornered.
If it is
Oh.
so, I hope that, in itself, is the lesson that will get through to him. Beyond that, I do not think the ghoul possesses the time, will, or forethought to use any disciplines they may have in a constructive or terribly impressive fashion.
Okay.
Hopefully, this subject will be irrelevant.
Why do you think that? I mean, what will happen if the ghoul does fight back proper?
When the ghoul is found out, either through being starved
Like a
into
herd
admission,
animal?
or maybe even busted by Arcanum and
this
his
is
soulless
ending well.
sorcery,
Yeah, it's not
they
going to end
might
well.
scramble and try to fight back. If they do, we will do what we do best: pummel them into submission before they can act.
And if
Yeah.
they're smart enough to use their powers constructively, what then?
Well, there are a few things we can know with certainty about our ghoul. These will be our red truths, drenched in the blood of Kevin himself.
Okay.
Our ghoul's dormitor and regnant is the Tremere Regent of East Anglia. She's an
Alright.
immensely powerful blood sorcerer and is able to use a wide variety of disciplines. This also means our ghoul has a fair quantity of disciplines they could potentially have.
That is bad.
But
Yeah.
this is something I have learned about the Regnant's favored ghouls, particularly those that work as spies. They only have what's useful for their roles.
Oh.
Sharpened senses, the power to bend minds, and, for a special few, blood sorcery.
Makes sense.
But for most, nothing at all. It is, I'm told, considered an irrelevant investment to that most callous regent.
So in the worst case, nothing we haven't dealt with before then?
True!
Yeah.
However, you vex me with your concern, sway me to second-guessing myself. It is possible they have been granted another tool.
And
There
that
are
is?
certain policies, so-called drafts, that
What?
vampiric sorcerers can create with their vitae. These drafts
potion.
can give another vampire or a ghoul limited access to more powerful magics.
Okay.
If only for a short time.
Interesting
These
enough.
drafts are usually limited to disciplines of strength, speed, and endurance. But, and this is the kicker, here, as far as I know, unique to Norfolk, there is at least one more of these drafts. A draft of domination.
Ah.
With just such a draft, a ghoul could perform even worse acts of mind chicanery. They could give victims complex orders that will be carried out without question. They could even order them to attack their friends and family.
Worrying.
These sound like incredible risks, should they be present during our operation.
We should be moderately wary. Yet the risk of this draft being present, I find, is not outweighed by
You
the
believe
risk
it's at
inherent
least
to
even
Marcus's
more now,
knowledge
don't you?
expanding too far.
Sadi,
Probably.
sorry, but why are you so cavalier towards the threat of this ghoul compared to your worry over Marcus? What if the ghoul ends up a significantly larger threat than you're expecting?
Because he's worried about
My
his family.
priorities are not that skewed.
Fam.
If it becomes relevant, I will have to give in.
Oh, he's getting nauseous from this.
No, not again. Sadi.
Fine. And you will have to help me clean up the inevitable mess. Not the vomit, the ghoul stuff.
Fair.
Yet even so, I am confident. No matter how powerful their master is, they've walked into the lion's den. They could never hope to defeat 5 prepared hunters, a Celtic martial artist, and a really
Celtic martial-
bigoted Belgian.
Really bigoted.
They have
Ah,
no
that's a good way to
hope,
put
and
it.
frankly, I believe Reynolds will be a bigger threat to us than any ghoul. There'll be enough suffering
he's
for this poor
right.
victim even before the grand reveal.
He just didn't account for
I
the
am
Guru.
for a peaceful
No one accounted
solution.
for that.
I do genuinely hope we can help them in the end.
Vatigue would have accounted for it.
That
Oh my god.
is a wise choice, I will agree. But with that, sir, could we not please have the same fate go for these dogs?
Yeah.
Look, you've just been holding them for this
kill the
entire
doggo.
conversation and they've done nothing.
He's been holding him this whole time. Ping of humanity.
You have lured me into the glue trap of a moral conundrum, which I will utilitarianism my way out of.
What?
No, you fucking don't.
No.
Okay. If you are willing to kill these animals for the sake of Marcus's continued ignorance, at least tell me, when do you think Marcus will be ready?
That is something I cannot tell you. Not
Yeah.
yet.
In all honesty, sir, and sorry, I must be rather harsh here, you are being irrational.
How? Why
I can't see
Garbage
Marcus ever going
grumbling.
as far as you are worried he might.
I can.
I see a headstrong
can.
attitude, I see recklessness, and I see a want to one-up the opposition in creative and
the
unexpected
problem here
ways.
is-
He has a lot of
Abusing vampire
faith.
blood?
He has a lot of
No.
faith in his love, but
What worries me far more is the fact that this secrecy of yours is creating rifts between you two. He doesn't trust you. He knows you are keeping things from him. I mean, you should know. He complains about it constantly.
Yes, I have worried somewhat about our relationship as of late.
I think you should consider that perhaps what you're seeing here is a projection of yourself and your own.
oh, he sees himself in
Failures.
Marcus.
Not a projection. A reflection.
Ah, that's
I
why he
see in
doesn't
him
trust him.
myself in my younger days.
He's too much
I
like
see
him.
a dark future that can still be halted in its tracks. And I see that Ghouldom is only the surface of an abyssal trench. One Marcus has already once stared into.
Understandable.
What do you mean?
What I'm not only making a mistake, I'm deep.
He basically sees way too much of himself in Marcus and worries he's gonna make the same mistakes. I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right, son-in-law. Let me tell you the tale. It was 1988. Marcus was 12 years old.
Okay, here we go.
We were parked down.
Oh, this is adorable.
Horse.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's got a little Game
In
Boy.
Norfolk Island, off the coast of Australia.
Norfolk Island?
Don't question it. On our exploration of the island's locale, we were dealing with the pernicious Fae.
Oh,
A bitter local legend.
Interesting.
I like these beasts, but far more murderous. I shan't say much else specific, for the nature of the Fae is far beyond our current purview.
yeah,
Suffice to
they're hard
say,
to understand. I
We're
know a
thrust into a
Fae.
net of intrigue and horror, with a sadistic Fae king at its center. We were ultimately forced to make a choice. The details are too awful to recount here in full, but in short, the only way to halt a heinous curse on the land would be to send one of our own to be a thrall of the king in his court
Oh,
for the next 40 years.
What?
what?
You mean... Oh.
Marcus was willing to do it.
This is what happened to Marcus's brother.
Don't say his name.
Oh, he had a brother.
So, assuming it's another Warhammer character, care to take a guess who?
If the only one I can think of on the top of my head would be Lehman Russ, the Wolf King, the Wolf King of Fenris, which he did not have a good relationship with Magnus the Red, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of who Magnus was very close to, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head.
Marcus knew what was going to happen.
For
And
40
despite
years
his
being a
youth,
thrall.
he appeared to save his dear brother. He made a horrible mistake.
What on earth are you talking about, Sir D?
What kind
It
of
is
mistake?
attempts to thwart this dark bargain.
Oh, he tried
He
to mess with the
believed he could make
bargain
another.
with it.
Marcus thought he was channeling a rival power in the Fae court.
What?
Instead, he made direct contact
With something,
something.
else.
far worse.
Oh no.
A dreadful alien presence. An unfathomable evil.
He did all this.
It is beyond description, son-in-law. An outer force. Not a monster.
An outer god.
A thing.
Let me get a closer look at this picture. This is him trying to get him out of there and covering his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He met with an outer god.
I've never heard of this.
I know not how he did it. Perhaps through the lore and the tools I left carelessly within his reach.
This is why he's so
Perhaps through his inherent sorcerer's
careful
aptitude,
around
I
him.
know not. But for a moment, just a moment, a connection was made.
with
And
an
the
outer god.
abyss, for a time, closed in around us.
The abyss?
Door, horse, Anton. We all moved quickly.
Antum.
Severed the ritual, severed the
that be?
connection. But that entity, that thing, it is still out there, son-in-law. Waiting,
Horrifying.
Yeah.
watching, hungering.
Oh dear.
Marcus's potential burns bright. You know this more than anyone.
But he's
He can be the best of us.
but he can be the worst
Best
of
of
us.
all of us. Yet it is that same promise that can damn him lower than any other. Our plan to thwart the bargain failed because of that ritual. That day,
Oh, they had a plan
Mr.
already to
Sun.
thwart it.
Yeah. But
was
Marcus
not the first time.
thought he had another idea.
Yeah, he
But
thought he knew
it
better.
shall be the last. I shall not lose another.
And frankly,
Never
even if he
again!
doesn't think he resents Marcus for
Never
it,
again!
I don't think he does. He just wants to
I don't
save
think
him.
he does, but he also can't. Well, he also can't bring himself to ever really trust Marcus again.
Well, it's the thing of, I'm going to protect my son no matter what. In the same way Kratos said, I am going to protect my son no matter what.
It's not just that. It's the possibility that the next time Marcus takes it into his own hands,
Things
he'll lose
should be
someone else.
even
He'll
worse.
lose Thor. He'll lose Horse.
He could lose Marcus.
Yeah.
Sadi.
And
Marcus
he did.
will grow. He will flourish. He will reach
He's
the
in the
heights that
Umbra.
await him.
He
But he
believes
must do so with my guidance.
that he will
Without
do
it,
great things,
It
but
can be lost in ways you cannot fathom. Do you understand? Without my wisdom, he is doomed.
I
Should he
love
part the dark
the
too quickly,
desperation.
it already waits
Yeah.
to engulf him
These
whole.
characters are
It
so
knows him.
interesting.
It knows my son.
Because it's always
No,
more.
but as
than
far as what the
just-
supernatural is,
One
as far
side
as
of
what we
things.
must face, as far as the true horrors of reality are concerned,
I hope I could make a character
ghouls
even
are
1/10 of
specks
this depth.
dirt at the tip of the froth on the surface of a trench so deep it is literally impossible for us to fathom. Ghouls and vampires, the fight against them is integral to our reckoning. It lays the very groundwork for our whole operation. Make no mistake. But there are realities out there that are simply too far beyond you. And Marcus, in his youth, no less, caught a glimpse of the million eyes that stare from the bottom of that trench, and their gaze followed, even as he looked away.
Why has he never told me this?
I don't think he
Because
remembers.
he forgot.
Oh,
All of it.
God. How?
That I cannot say.
I understand.
So, please, even if you cannot see it, please, just wait a little while longer before you say too much. Just a little more.
It's gracious.
Please, just say, how about... Yes, yes, the release of that video game you two keep nattering about. The one you are so excited about being released after 10 years in
The
development.
hat
Team
simulator.
Fortress 2?
Yes!
Yeah, Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2! When it is released, I will talk to him. I swore I will even play it with you.
Will you?
I will play it, and as we video game play, running about in the virtual space, happy and
this is so
sedated
sweet.
and content, I will tell him everything.
Okay, but wait, the official release date or the beta release?
Yes!
He doesn't know what that
Shake on
means.
it.
No.
What?
Counterproposal. I will not tell Marcus anything until TF2 releases, as long as the dogs are left alive.
Oh.
Really now?
I will lie to Marcus about what these little buggers are, as well as why they're here.
And what do you intend with them?
Yeah.
It is possible to wean someone off of being a ghoul, right?
Rosalia suffered through her life as a ghoul. We tried to save her, but I failed. I hear that after our final goodbye, she got better.
That's good.
But I don't know how she managed it, because I divorced her and left Poland forever.
What?
She is celebrating
What?
108 this year, I hear.
What the fuck?
I'm very happy for her.
Wow. Good. That's great to hear. Then we have, well, something to work with.
Is it a deal then?
Sure is.
And that is why you are my number one son-in-law.
Not. Marcus is. And Dor. And Boy. And all the others.
Well,
I am happy being number one-in-law.
well said. And stupid alleged hounds whom are clearly fey beasts, welcome to the team. Fortress 2?
Hell yeah.
Well, until you manage to unhook
Meet the
yourselves,
doggos.
little skim nymphs, we are your domitors.
Huh?
After all, we're the ones providing the goods.
Oh, God.
Listen, new grandchildren.
No
You
grandchildren.
live in the attic. Any other vermin who enters this house,
this is your fault.
barring Mr.
Oh my
Smurfles
God.
the cat,
Barring Mr.
goodness,
Smurfles.
I do hope you all get along. You will either chase out, eat, or forced to join your pack. A pack
God.
loyal to our family.
I do like how he
Okay.
treats every new person that enters his family as literal new family.
Dude is thrilled to get new family.
Yeah.
Let us show Marcus his new attic children.
Addict
Wait,
children.
Marcus, wake up! You're a parent now. Congratulations.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
I'll just-
bother.
Oh shit.
Just when I think I start to understand things, I better put this stuff in bags, I guess.
Yeah, get the pressure washer.
Oh, it's sticky.
Well then, what'd you think of that?
So, probably didn't need to be that long, but very, very good character moments.
I'm skipping past this bit just right now because we're both tired. I'm sorry, guys.
Ghost who looks
Happens.
like this.
Oh yeah, Mummy the Resurrection.
And you're very old, you're like
Something
5
about a mummy.
billion years old. Like this, and then you died, and then there's a new guy here,
Oh, yeah, how-
a modern
who
man,
is-
he goes,
Why is Cold Under Range just doing this?
Here I am,
I don't know.
but then he also fucking died.
I don't know.
I
This
don't
is-
know. I've just kind of started tuning these parts out.
Are one
That's
ghost
fine, I guess.
with a baseball cap here, and you go, hey! Now that we got that old this is my character.
Yeah,
He's a
right.
main
Oh my God.
bug buddy. As you can see here, he's very broken up.
Do you have time for
and he
anything else
has a
tonight, Lucy?
bandage over his head.
Oh,
He's the biggest
I'm sorry,
rock star
maybe-
you've ever
maybe
seen.
tomorrow.
You don't need to
Abraham
apologize for
Lincoln
being
was
tired.
also in my way in
You don't
my
need to
city.
apologize
He
for
saved America.
Okay.
Built a pyramid out of love.
alright.
like this,
Yep.
and that's it for today.
But yes, everyone, thank you all so much. If you like what I'm doing here, you know the usual things I say, and also the Patreon along if you want this stuff to come out faster. Thank you all.
Yes.
Links are always where they're supposed to be, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.